I can tell by the way you're cut. You got beautiful reasons. They can tell by the way we rush. We're searching for feeling. You dress the best you know how. Paint my nails black, let's go out. Inhale and then slow down. Speed up till we burn out. I can tell by the way they push. They're not even feeling. I can tell by the way they crush. It's not even even. The well's not listening. I know it's empty. It's half more than we not to be strong. 안녕 여러분.
This is how we do when my homies go.
You're listening to Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative. Good morning, Jeju. Hello out there, internet world. My name is Marco Sinche, and I'm your host today. How you guys doing today? It is Thursday. Let's hope a smooth day today. Thursday is kind of our curse day. We kind of get little weird things going on. So knock on wood, nothing like that happens today. How you guys doing? How's it outside? Kind of cloudy outside. Not looking forward to that. We'll learn more about that in the weather later today. Yeah. Let's move right along here. So, what are we going to do? Well, yeah, we're going to get into the weather, and then we're going to do the question of the day, hint, goddess, and then we're going to do some Jeju Morning News Briefing, and then it's time for Jeju Morning News Briefing, super cool news about a local band. Super excited to talk about that. Then it's time after that, it's going to be what's going down in the GEC. Zach says, hey, new overlay looks great, man. Yeah, thanks, buddy. That's what I'm going for, dude. Welcome all the way from Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. Hi, man. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to get the whole like vintage vibe, kind of what's what I'm looking for? Kind of retro 90s kind of MTV vibe. That's where we're going. We're going in all in. We're leaning totally into that. Okay, so after what we learn, what's going down in the GEC, then we're going to move into what's cooking Jeju. So even if you're not in Jeju, even if you're all the way in Pennsylvania, we can teach you a Jeju recipe, and you can make it. You can make it, and then what can happen is maybe you can send us a photo. We'd love to see it, okay? And then we will wrap things up with Jeju word of the day. Okay, cool. So why don't we start things off with our first song? This is Hathaway, The Place.
지고 나는지 그럴 때마다 난 그저 네 손을 꼭 잡고 내 맘은 언제나 여기 있어 우리가 늘 한여름마다 계절이 흘러도 여기 있어 우리가 늘 다름을 말하던 떠나온 사람들 바라보며 너는 그랬지 날 향해 차창 너머로 손을 펴보곤 했지 그 안에 담겨지던 난 차마 못 전한 말 내게 못 전한 말 내 맘은 언제나 여기 있어 우리가 늘 한여름마다 계절이 흘러도 여기 있어 우리가 늘 다름을 말하던 내 맘은 아직도 여기 있어 우리가 늘 한여름마다 계절이 돌아와도 여기 있어 우리가 늘 다름을 말하던 내 맘은
You're listening to the GEC's very own Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Jeju Morning Alternative. That's right, Monday through Friday, Jeju Morning Alternative. Good morning. All right, the chat is blown up. Good morning, Suk-young. Good morning, Zachariah Young. Good morning, Sherry Russell. Yes, let's check out the chat here. Zach is talking about, so I asked him, I asked that because he and we went to the same university in central Pennsylvania, and it's so cool to see him on the chat. It's so wild to me, you know, really bringing me back. I asked him about the weather. He's like, yeah, typical PA weather, 91 day, then snow the next. Yeah, that's kind of Pennsylvania for you. One thing I do really miss about central Pennsylvania is just, you know, in Pennsylvania, we call the forest or the bush area, we call it the woods. It's just the woods, right? And it just gets so beautiful in the seasons, especially in fall. Just the different colors of the rolling hills and stuff of the trees is just so amazing. Whereas in Jeju, it's kind of subtropical, like rainforesty kind of stuff, really thick, and you can't really walk through it. Where the woods, you could very easily walk through. And I miss it very much. Sherry says she's been working really hard on a recent job at her deposition, and I think she's enjoying a little bit of soju. Sherry, what's the pardon me? What is the brand? I'm curious about the brand. In Jeju, we have a very special brand, unique to the island, but it's still quite famous on the mainland. It's called Halasan Soju, based off of the mountain. And they say that they actually get spring water off the mountain. And it's unique because the bottle itself is not green. It's not a green bottle. It's actually a clear bottle with a blue label. So there you go. Good morning, Haley, Kim, and Ihan. Welcome. Glad you guys could make it. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. Okay, good morning and welcome back to Gecko Radio, especially the GEC folks who are coming to us after a late day of school. So welcome back, okay? And if you aren't waking up, wake up right now. Do use me for an alarm, okay? I'm your host, Mark Wilson-Che, coming to you live from the Global Education City right here on Jeju Island. Today is Thursday, May 21st, and this is episode 19. Wow. Okay, we're getting to 20. We're getting to 20 episodes, which is kind of crazy to me. For anyone tuning in for the first time, welcome. Gecko Radio is our all English morning show for the GEC community, Jeju expats, English learners, parents, students, teachers, anyone who wants to start the day with a little Jeju flavor. It's also for people in Columbus, Ohio. It's also people for Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. You know, it's for all sorts of people all over the world, okay? Japan, Malaysia, Russia, you name it. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the end of May now, which means the school year, I mean, it's starting to feel very real, the end, right? Summer plans are creeping into the conversation, and here in Jeju, the island is slowly shifting into that early summer mode. Yes, it's very interesting. A very interesting shift happens, especially in this region. What happens is there's kind of like a mass exodus of folks that live in Daejeon, especially around the global education city, because this is where all the students and their parents live. They live right around the schools. If you aren't familiar, Zach, with the GEC, it's this huge plot local area, but there's 4 major like university size international schools, like in a grid, like right next to each other, almost in a square. And I think in total there's over like 4,000 kids enrolled in in all of these schools put together. But they're international students, so many of them aren't from Korea. Many are from Korea, but they're from the mainland. You know, they really try to really push hard to get into these schools. They're really hard to get into. But what happens around this time of year, why I said there's a mass exodus, is because these students and these teachers as well, students, teachers, and the parents, they all leave. They all leave Jeju to either go back to the mainland, visit family, or they just travel. They just go all over the place. But then we also get an influx of people on the island because this is tourism season and Jeju really runs on tourism. So we're getting a lot of tourists coming in, flying down. You know, Gimpo to Jeju International is still, if not the most, one of the most traveled air lanes in the world, right? So it's about to get really busy. Let's hope. The more people that come in, the more it helps all the local businesses here. So let's hope for that. Okay. But that also means that there's a lot of people who aren't used to driving on the road. So if you are staying on the island, please be careful. There's a lot of folks coming in, renting cars that have licenses that haven't really driven a lot. So man, I always get nervous. I always get nervous this time of year. Okay. What else? Yeah. So, I mean, if you're on your way to school, driving through Daejeon, making coffee at home, Zach said he puts this on while he's at work. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. You know, if you're doing any of those things, it's a Thursday and we're here for you, okay? And what's Gecko Radio for? We are just here to keep you in the loop with what's happening around Jeju, local news, upcoming events, cool places to check out, daily trivia, weather, Jeju life hacks, and some of the music coming out of Jeju, Korea, and beyond. So wherever you are this morning, getting ready for school. Wait, did I read that twice? Okay. Anyways, yeah, whatever you're doing, tune in, right? Okay. Who am I? I am Mark. Hello, everybody. I am Mark. I'm the DJ, and I'm the host, and I'm the producer, and I'm the guy with the scratchy throat. I don't know why. I even have my warm tea right now, and my throat is super scratchy. I'm part-time writer. I'm like quarter writer. The other 3/4, or almost like 7/8 of the script, that's done by writer Jeju Jade, my lovely wife, who is also preparing some coffee for right now, I think. So thank you so much. You may hear some barking, you may hear some madness in the background. That's our dogs. That's our dog coworkers that like to run in and out of the office. It gets a little bit mad here. So do check us out at Gecko Radio Jeju, and check me out at Makia, and check out writer Jeju Jade. Okay? All right. So let's move on, you guys. Let's move right along. We're going to do another song. This is Moher, Kaleidoscope. This one's fun. It's very folky. Okay, welcome back. The chat is oh no, I think I've started a Nittany Lion versus Buckeye rivalry going on. If you aren't American, the college football scene is kind of insane and people are really passionate about it, and you're seeing some of that right now. So if that is new to you because you're not American, here you go. Yes, so they're already starting to sing their school songs and everything like that. Okay, welcome back. All right. So let's get into the weather.
What's the weather like in Jeju? We're gonna tell you what to do if it's sunny or rainy or calling typhoons. What's the weather like in Jeju?
You like that, Zach? I actually sang that myself. Yes, I explained that yesterday. I had to teach myself how to harmonize, and I made that little break. I'm so proud of it. Okay, so let's talk about the weather around Jeju for Thursday, May 21st. Okay, as we can see, if you're here, you can see just by looking outside, it is cloudy, it is damp, it's a little unsettled. My dogs are not about it right now. They're just like, ew, 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 as they walk around on the grass, okay? Daejeon starts off fairly mild this morning, around 20 to 21 degrees, with mostly cloudy skies from early on. As we move through the day, temperatures won't rise too much, staying around the low 20s in the morning and then gradually cooling in the high teens by late afternoon and evening. So it's not cold, but it may feel a little heavy and humid under all that cloud cover. There's also a chance of rain and even thunder around midday, so keep those car windows closed, okay? With more showers possible later in the evening. So yes, today, definitely a day to keep an umbrella nearby, especially if you're out around lunchtime or heading home later tonight. Okay, around the island, Jeju City or Jeju-shi should stay cloudy and mild with temperatures in the low 20s. Wow, a little bit chilly today. Oh, this is also degrees Celsius, Zach. This is not 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We'd be freezing here. Seogyepo will also be mostly cloudy with a damp, humid feel through the day. Sungsun, that's all the way out in the East Coast, may see similar cloudy conditions with showers possible depending on how the system moves across the island. Okay, Sherry says, I asked Sherry how's Columbus doing with the weather. She says, it rained all day and I had to sit in gridlock for an hour this morning and this evening. Yeah. Hey, quick question. Because Korea, we actually have we have foods that we like to eat during rainy days, right? We actually did that last night. I didn't have it. I didn't drink any alcohol because I just have to wake up super early in the morning. But the go-to food for like a kind of a day like this is pajeon, which is a kind of, for those of you who don't know, it's like how do I describe it? It's kind of like a potato pancake, fried pancake thing that you put vegetables in. You could put seafood in, kimchi as well. And you kind of fry it on a big pancake and you cut it up almost like a pie, but it's very thin. It's very oily, very yummy. And then, so that's like oily and fried, but then you balance it out with makgeolli, which, if you're not familiar with, is a white alcoholic beverage made from rice. Those are the go-to when it's rainy outside. You go to like a makgeolli place, which is really nice. It has like nice wooden interior. You look outside, look at the rain, and then you eat your pajeon and your makgeolli. My question is, like, what are some rainy foods around from where you guys are, right? So if you're in Columbus, Ohio, what kind of food, what is a good thing to eat in Cebus if it's rainy outside? And how about Zach? What about in Central PA? What would we eat? What would we eat if rainy outside, a rainy day? I would say, I don't know, Campbell's chicken noodle, maybe made by mom, made by my own mother, I guess. I'm just trying to think what we would eat during a rainy day. Yeah. So I'm really curious about what you guys have to say in the chat there. Okay. So moving right along, okay, as people maybe answer this question, we got our own question here, and this one is pretty fun. It is our question of the day. Oh, okay, here we go. Zach says chili. Okay, Haley Kim says ramyeon. Very nice. Ramyeon, nice. Okay, very good. That's ramen, right? In the Korean ramen or ramyeon is the best. Zachary says chili, which is nice. Like, Zach, do you have your own chili recipe? I guess because that's really relevant because we have Jeju recipe today. I'm curious. I feel like you would have your own recipe of chili. Okay, so moving on to question of the day. Here we go. Beep. There we go. Now this one's fun. This is Jeju mythology. Okay, so and just take a guess. Just take a guess here. You can just choose anything here. Okay. Sherry also says chili. Oh man. Why didn't I know that as a thing? I guess I didn't need enough chili when I was a kid during rainy days, but that makes sense. Okay. All right. Question of the day. In Jeju mythology, which goddess is known as the goddess of agriculture? The farming goddess. Cool. And is said to have brought buckwheat seeds to Jeju. Buckwheat seeds. Okay. Is it Solmundae Halmang? That's A. Is it Jachungbi? That's B. Is it Yeongdeung Halmang, C, or Samsung Halmang, D? Okay, and if you don't know these goddesses or gods at all, that's okay. Just take a guess. Take a guess. Go with your heart, right? Again, in Jeju mythology, which goddess is known as the goddess of agriculture? That's so I love Jeju. We got a god for everything. It's amazing, and is said to have brought buckwheat seeds to Jeju. Solmundae Halmang, A, B. Jachung B, C, Yeongdeung Halmang, or D, Samsung Halmang. Okay? All right, so go ahead and ask. Oh, wow, people are already answering. Okay, very cool. Ihan said he learned at school. Oh, that's so cool. You guys are learning that in international schools and stuff. Nice. Okay, so go ahead. You guys just take a gander at that question. We're going to move on to our next song today, and this one is fun because it has to do with our Jeju news briefing as well. Huge news from the Jeju side, so do check this out. This is We Still Oranges, Paches.
Party, to be honest, 다시 뭐가 잘났니? 누가 아무리 뭐라 해도 I still say la 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 la. Yeah, party, there's nothing to worry about. Hey, 생각보다 세상은 내게 관심 없더라고. All I want is more, all I want is good. What I love about 어제는 누구래? 솔직히 말해서 yeah, all I want is you, cause I'm a freak. 누가 뭐래도 obviously 사람들이 널 알아보길 원해. 힘들었던 널 알려주길 원해. 뜨거운 상상만해. 너 정말 미칠 것 같아. 그럼 우리 마음들
Cause we are Paches. 겉에 못났어도 날 가본다면 I'm sure you will love me. Hey 따라따따따 Hey call me Paches. 그 코 다칠 거야 너 가본다면 not gonna take you lying down. Say la 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 la.
다른 취향을 갖는 게 어때서 나를 반대로 걷는 것 또한 요즘의 내 선택. 다가온 시선마저 이젠 지겨워. 겉에 전에 눈 뜨고 코페인 짓. Yeah that ain't never mind. Stereotype 벗기고 채워 가득 내 몸의 향수. 레인보우 탑노트에 노란지색이 펴있어. 좋은 바람 모자라 손가락질 받아도 꼴값 하나 제대로 털어. 또 하나 꼭 가라 또 가라 나를 두고 좋지만 한 탕탱을 뻗어. 위로가 우리 몸값 위로 땀물에 밖으로 밀어놔도 배 골리게도 먹히니 시기 질투한 몸에 바치 대고 더 바치.
Cause we are Paches. 겉에 못났어도 날 가본다면 I'm sure you will love me. Hey 따라따따따 Hey call me Paches. 그거 다칠 거야 너 가본다면 not gonna take you lying down. Say la 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 la.
Yeah, we ain't care about 그 모습만 봐 알맹이만 놀라 잡아들여. Take it down, slow it down. I'm gonna take you down, yeah. We ain't care about 그 모습만 봐 알맹이만 놀라 잡아들여. Make you mine, slow it down. We're gonna take you down.
거야 너 가본다면 I'm gonna take you lying down 타타타타타 Cause we are Paches 겉은 못나서도 날 가본다면 I'm sure you will love me baby 타타타타타
Sweet
Paches 그고 다칠 거야 너 가본다면 I'm gonna take you lying down 타타타타타
Me more. You are listening to Gecko Radio in the morning.
All right, welcome back. Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative. We got some answers to the question of the day, but I just want to address that music video, which is pretty cool. I'm noticing that's kind of a trend for a lot of artists these days. So that, if you notice, it maybe seemed a bit of like, it seemed like they're cracking some tiny cracks in their voice or things like that during this music video because it's performed live, right? So that's a kind of a thing I'm noticing with these kind of artists, younger artists with their music videos, is they do a one take or they do like a live performance and then they use that as the music video. So that's kind of cool because that keeps this like, I don't know, very, very authentic feel to it. Because typically, right, when you make a music video, is you just like play on the air, you know, you just play air guitar on your guitar, it's not plugged in, and you just like, you know, into the microphone where no sound is coming out. And then you just layer the actual soundtrack on top of your video. But again, that they're actually performing in that music video, and that's not the first time they do that, and that's not the first time a lot of these bands are doing this. So it's kind of like maybe it kills two birds with one stone, but it's also kind of, I think it's kind of letting these bands, these new bands, kind of show like, okay, we got what it takes, like we can actually sing this well. There's no altercation to our voices or anything like that. Like this is us for real. That's Wheel Still Oranges, and we're going to hear a lot more about them later. Okay, but first we need to address the question of the day. Beep, there we go. Okay, once again, in Jeju mythology, which goddess is known as the goddess of agriculture and is said to have brought buckwheat seeds to Jeju? Okay, is it A, Solmunde Halmang, B, Jachangbi, C, Yeongdeung Halmang, or D, Samsung Halmang? Okay, all right, so we do have some answers. Haley, Kim, and Ihan say B, Jachangbi, and then we also have Sherry. Oh, she's like, well, you know, I'm just gonna choose one. She's gonna say D, Samsung. Yeah, Samsung Halmang. And Zach also says D, ha. So at least the Nittany Lions and the Buckeyes, they can join together at least for this. The answer is D. Okay. I think, yeah, if I didn't know much about, if I didn't literally have the answer in front of me, I might have also guessed Samsung, because that's kind of the most familiar name that I would know, especially if I don't live in Jeju or if I'm not Korean, right? So that's, Samsung is a household name. So the answer is B, Jachangbi, and that goes to Haley, Kim, and Ihan. 20,000 cool points. And Ihan, I believe he said he learned it at school, which is super cool because he's at an international school. So it's cool that they're teaching this Jeju folklore at an international school. Very nice. Okay, so let's learn about this super awesome goddess, shall we? Beep. There we go. Let's bring out the question. Wow, she's cool looking, isn't she? Yes. Jachangbi is one of the major goddesses in Jeju mythology, often known as a goddess of agriculture, farming, and abundance. Okay, Jachangbi, please help me out with my sweet basil in my garden. She is connected to the crops that sustained everyday life, the grains, the fields, the harvest that helped people survive in this windy volcanic island. That's very true. Like, that's something that you always have to consider with Jeju. It's so windy and it blows the sea air all over the island. So certain crops like rice, which is a staple Korean food, struggles to grow here. And there was really only one section of the island that could properly grow rice, but it couldn't really grow anywhere else. Weird stuff like that. Okay, one of the most meaningful stories that Jachangbi is that she's said to have brought buckwheat seeds to Jeju. And that's important because buckwheat, or Memil, has long been one of Jeju's key traditional ingredients. It grows well in Jeju's rough soil and became part of the island's food culture, from simple village meals to today's more creative food products. Right, remember I just said the thing about rice? Well, buckwheat kind of took over that spot, that carb, that farmed carbohydrate from Jeju, because it can survive well here, whereas our rice couldn't really do that. Okay. Jeju is actually Korea's #1 buckwheat producing region, leading the country in both cultivation area and production, with roughly 57 to 60% of the nation's buckwheat grown right here on the island. And since spring buckwheat is usually seeded in March and April, then harvested in June and July, we're just about entering Jeju's buckwheat season. There's also an autumn crop seeded in August and September and harvested later in October and November. Okay, that's interesting. So it's typically harvested in June, but we do have a second crop that is harvested in late fall. It's interesting. So when we talk about Jeju buckwheat today, we're not just talking about an ingredient, we're talking about something tied to mythology, farming, survival, and local identity, all the way back to Jacheongbi, the goddess who brought the seeds of abundance to the island. Good for her, man. It's like, I think I talked about Johnny Appleseed the other day. She is kind of like the Jeju Joan Appleseed, where she's spreading these seeds of buckwheat all over the island. I mean, that's great. That's great. I mean, you could say that buckwheat really saved the lives of Jeju people living here, right? Because if we couldn't have a stable crop or a carbohydrate, it would be really hard times in Jeju. Nice. Why don't we move right along? Because I want to talk about the artist. Haley Kim says she was married too. Ihan, really? Oh, we got to look that up. That's interesting. Who do you know? Ihan, do you know who she was married to? Another god? I would love to hear about it. You can tell us in the chat. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to the news. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the news. Beep boop. Let's look at this. We're doing recipes today, and so it's very food themed today. So I want to talk about this next story, okay? It is a interesting food festival coming up on Biyangdo. If you're not familiar with Biyangdo, it's actually a tiny island off of Halim that's about to get a big culinary spotlight. I got another picture here. You can actually see it here. It's kind of a funny one. Let me bring it up. I got to do it in real time. Boop. There we go. Too big, too big. Make it smaller. Okay. That's the actual island right here. Okay, so this is the island right here, and we got the chefs here that will be featured. But if you actually walk along the coast of Halim, you can very clearly see this other inhabited smaller islet right off the coast of Halim area, and even Hyupje area. Now, it's what if you can actually see, if you're looking at the island, you can actually see there's a village, a coastal village right there. It's so interesting. Just these sub communities that are living on these smaller islets off of the main Jeju. It's so interesting when you go to like Udo or Biyangdo, you're on there. Then you look at Jeju Island as like the big island, or like Hawaii, the big island of Hawaii, or you look at Jeju like as the mainland, but then you live on one of these smaller islands. I always have wanted to go to Biyangdo. I haven't yet. And they do have a village there, and they got this really cool village food festival going on. So let's learn about it. Okay. So on May 30th and 31st, Biyangdo will host a village food festival where star chefs team up with local island residents to create special dishes using Jeju ingredients and Biyangdo's own local flavors. Right. They must have their own local twist to it, right? The event is called Tasty Connect Village Food Festival. It brings together well-known chefs, including chefs featured on Culinary Class Wars. Now, if you haven't watched that show, it's awesome. You got to see it. There's these black spoons and these white spoons. The black spoons are like these hot up-and-coming chefs, but they're kind of unknown. And then these white spoons are household names. One of them was Chef Edward Lee, who was a surprise to me because I totally knew who he was, and a lot of people weren't sure who he was, but I was like, okay, you're gonna find out. The premise is awesome. So that was like number one in Korea, that show, Culinary Class Wars. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, watch it on Netflix. It's super good. The first season, especially. Okay. But anyways, some of these chefs, they're featured on that Culinary Class Wars show with 7 local restaurants on Biyangdo. The idea is not just to create a one-time pop-up event, but to connect chefs, local producers, village restaurants, and island stories through food. Now, each participating chef will team up with a local restaurant to reinterpret Biyangdo's ingredients in a new way. Bro, I want to go to this so bad. Okay, for example, the Michelin one-star chef Kim Do-yoon, he's been featured on both seasons of Culinary Class Wars. He's super about like traditional stuff. He like keeps stuff in jars in his restaurants, like herbs and roots and stuff like that. Okay. He's going to work with Hodori restaurant to create spicy mixed noodles and geujut, which is rich fermented sauce made from abalone innards. Interesting. Kimbap Captain will create a special kimbap tot, or hijiki seaweed, on one of Biyangdo's local specialties. Nice. Kimbap Captain. I like that name already. Other dishes include a new menu using hanchi or spear squid, or octopus bibim noodles with Jeju-style noodles, upgraded bomao bread, abalone black bean noodles, and mulberry steamed bread. I'm willing to bet there's a lot of buckwheat stuff going on. 'Tis the season. So this is more than just a food festival. It's a small island collaboration where local seafood, village restaurants, and star chefs come together to tell Biyangdo's story on a plate. Again, the Tasty Connect Village Food Festival takes place on Biyangdo Island from May 30th to 31st. If you're a food lover, this might be a very good excuse to take the ferry out to Biyangdo. I totally want to do that, okay? Now, before the official opening ceremony, there will also be a special talk show called there was a special talk show called I believe this is from a previous script. Okay, never mind. Okay, please disregard that. Okay. Now, of course, because this is Jeju, the opening reception also included Jeju-style local food and K-food dishes. Yes, so there you go. This should be super fun. Please do check that out. Speaking of food, we're going to move right on to another food-related story. Beep. There we go. Now, this is Boromwat in Pyosan, which will host a special event called Tasty Jeju Memil this Saturday, May 23rd, spotlighting Jeju buckwheat as both a local ingredient and future global food item. Ooh, nice. Okay, the event is part of the 2026 Seoul Food Festival, and it includes a cooking competition centered around Jeju's quintessential food ingredient, buckwheat, and that is what we talked about a lot today. After preliminary rounds, 10 teams will compete in the finals, 5 in the dessert category and 5 in the cooking category. They'll be creating original dishes, including Jeju buckwheat, and the winners will receive awards, including Tasty Jeju Grand Prix, which comes with a cash prize of 1 million won. Nice. Okay. The judging panel, I believe that's here, is also pretty international. It includes Martine Offner from Singapore's Michelin 3-star restaurant Zen. Ooh, I have heard of Zen. Never eaten there, but I've definitely heard of that. 3-star Michelin. French pastry master Gilles Marshall, and Jeju Shilla Hotel's executive chief Jung Jong Bum, and bean to bar chocolate artisan Corinne Maig. Wow, very cool. So it's also a dessert artisan as well. Judges will be looking at creativity, cooking technique, how well the teams interpret the ingredient, local identity, and whether the dish has potential as a marketable food item. Right. This is also to see, okay, can we actually use this in the future? I mean, East Asia, we're always trying to come up with new food items, the next hot thing, right? The next what is it? The Dubai cookie or something, choco cookie or something, the next hot thing. Okay, maybe it's buckwheat. Okay. But the event isn't just about cooking competition. But before the main event, judges will also visit a local agar seaweed harvesting site and meet Go Gyung-e, a Henya who has worked in Jeju Sea for more than 45 years. The idea is to connect Jeju's farming, sea culture, Henya heritage, and food scene all in one event. There will also be plenty happening for visitors throughout the day, including a children's picture book classical concert, a From Bean to Bar chocolate show, a performance by students from Madagascar who are training at Boromwat, and a 60-person violin ensemble, and a talk concert by Kim Jong-ok in the evening. Wow, there's so much going on here. Okay, so if you're interested in Jeju food culture or want an excuse to visit Boromwat while the buckwheat fields are in bloom, Tasty Jeju Memil takes place this Saturday, May 23rd at Boromwat in Pyosan. So do check that out. Okay, we're going to take a song break because I feel like this next one kind of deserves their own little section. And also it has to do with our next artist, which is the previous artist we've played, which is We Still Oranges. This is Orange Savage. This is also a live studio performance, which is super fun. Okay, check this out. Let me take this image off first. Where did it go? Okay.
너의 맘이 어떤지 나는 너무 궁금해 달픈 맘
That's
한
fine.
켠에다 박아두고 새까만 밤이 올 때면 우린 춤을 춰야 해 Cause we are gonna steal our 가만히 앉아 있을 순 없어 내 얘길 들어줄 누군가를 찾아 But talking to myself 네가 눈에 들기 전까지 tonight I'm gonna still If I whisper to you 나도 모르는 새 When we dance with you 리듬 속에 몸을 던져 날개 놓친 넌 날 안아줘 오늘 밤은 someone의 romance야 기분은 tropical baby Hey 너의 맘이 어떤지 나는 너무 궁금해 애달픈 맘 한켠에다 박아두고 새까만 밤이 올 때면 우린 춤을 춰야 해 Cause we are gonna steal our
궁금해 What's your type? Who's your favorite? Ay. I know it's too 식상물 원하던 You're gonna pay for it Babe please talk to me 적어도 다리 지칠 때까지 ay. Why you tryna be shy babe 잡히 훔쳐 반짝이는 너의 눈 여길 다 얼게 해프렸지 다시 마주하게 된다면 너 진짜 각오해야 해 Cause I'm savage 일방적인 걸 원해 너의 맘은 이미 여기 담긴 orange 보여줘 너의 hurry 그리야 뭐제 let's get down
너의 맘이 어떤지 나는 너무 궁금해 애달픈 맘 한켠에다 박아두고 새까만 밤이 올 때면 우린 춤을 춰야 해 너의 맘은 오렌지 소린 그걸 전부 savage
너의 맘은 orange 소리 그걸 전부 savage
너의 맘은 오렌지 소린 그걸 전부 savage
Gecko Radio in the Morning, the only station out of the GEC Jeju. That's right, the only station based out of the GEC. If you heard me speaking over the song, that's because we had a little hiccup there in the script, but we're all good to go. Hey, I really super need to talk about this next thing, okay? And let's what do? Let me put up this image here, okay? These dudes right here, boop. Look at these guys right here. Okay, this is the band that we've been playing the last two songs. This is westealoranges, or in Korean, it's 감귤서리단. Okay, westealoranges. And here's the big thing. They made it into the top 10 of the 2026 Penta Super Rookie program. Yeah. Okay, where did I misplaced like all my images. Where are they? Okay. Let me put up this one. Okay. This is better. Look at that. Check that out. Okay. This is huge. Okay. This is a huge deal because they're going to perform at the Incheon Pentaport Rock Festival, okay? The Incheon Pentaport Rock Festival is held every summer in Incheon, usually at Songdo Moonlight Festival Park, and it's July 31st until August 2nd this year. How do I describe the Pentaport Rock Festival? It's essentially Korea's Bonnaroo and Woodstock all like put together, okay? The biggest rock bands in the country, they perform, if they're lucky, they perform on stage, and it's a massive rock festival, multi-day, July 31st to August 2nd, multiple stages, just 360 rock in your ears, freak out time. And it's just some of the premier or the hottest or the upcoming rock artists in the country. And so this is super huge. It's one of the biggest. It is the biggest. It's the biggest rock festival in the nation, and I want to go so bad. So this happens up at Incheon, usually at Songdo Moonlight Festival Park. It has indie artists, alternate. It's like totally us. It's like what we play. It's what we play here, right? And westealoranges is repping Jeju. Now, each year let me tell you about this 2026 Penta Super Rookie Top 10 thing, okay? So each year, the festival selects a handful of rookie bands and gives them a major platform, including performance opportunities, music releases, and more. If you get on this stage, like your career can really skyrocket if you're like a rookie indie upcoming band. It's really competitive, and even the bands that are already quite established on the indie scene, they consider this like a huge stepping stone, okay? And it's essentially like a competition. So what happened is, and let me tell you the story about westealoranges, okay? First, they're Jeju, which is awesome. There are boys, their hometown, baby. Okay, they're Jeju, okay? And their journey, it looked like what happened was that they ended at the top 30 stage. Now, if you're at the top 30, that's still amazing, right? And, congrats to them for making the top 30, right? But in fact, just 2 days ago, our writer JY, she checked the announcement and went, "Oh shucks, westealoranges, they didn't make the top 10. That's such a bummer. It's I can't believe it. They're so good, right?" And here at Gecko Radio, we're such big fans of the band. We actually received to play their music on the show, like a couple days ago. I think it was on Tuesday. I asked them, and we like had their official unveiling yesterday. So we played 2 of their songs. We've since played a couple of their songs. But then after Gecko Radio happened, just a few hours after the show, this surprise announcement came that one of the top 10 artists had to withdraw from the competition due to personal circumstances. And because westealoranges was next in line, so they were in the 11th place, they were bumped up, okay? So they're bumped back up into the top 10. So this is a very much, a very much situation like, oh my gosh, like you get the phone call. I can't imagine what the phone call is like. Like who received the phone call, guys? Who received the phone call? We Still Oranges. Which one of you? Maybe you got a group message or something. And then what was your reaction? I want to hear about it. And I was super excited that they got into the top 10, but then I'm like, oh no, they're gonna be so popular that they're gonna get licensed like super copyright music. We can't play their music anymore. Let's hope not. Please, We Still Oranges. If you become world famous, can you still please play on Gecko Radio, please, you guys? With this new chance, they'll now compete with 9 other very hot rising bands. We checked them out. That is some stiff competition. They're going to compete against 9 other of these bands next Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Incheon Global Campus Auditorium. But just because they're top 10, they get a stage anyways, which is awesome. Okay, so the fact that they're top 10 is amazing. The competition will also be streamed live, so make sure to tune in and cheer them on. Okay, so that's next Saturday, 2 p.m. KST, all right, at the Incheon Global Campus Auditorium. We Still Oranges going to be streamed live. So we got to cheer them on, and then at this end of the day, the top 6 will be announced. Okay, so for this Jeju-born band, what first looked like a near miss has turned into a real festival stage opportunity. From Jeju to Pentaport, one of the largest rock stage in the country. Congratulations, guys. Let's get to the top 6. Let's go, boys. Okay, so let's do another song. Yeah, let's do another We Still Oranges song, and then we're going to get into what's going on in the GEC. All right, let's do it. Wet Together by We Still Oranges.
촉촉히 젖어 yeah. 네가 올 걸 난 알기에 yeah. 우산 따위는 필요 없어 마치 영화의 한 장면처럼 마침 이 거리엔 아무도 없어 괜찮다면 oh no oh yeah 너만 괜찮다면 oh no oh yeah 지금 이대로 서로를 끌어안고 Let's get wet together Baby I want you 그냥 보이지 않게 걱정만 누구보다 부드럽게 You're the only one I want 모든 제쳐놓고 몰두하게 만들래 낮은 그린 밤엔 slithering Can you feel me the snakes in your body 불을 붙인 듯 약속한 듯이 들이붙지 정신 좀 온 표정 No you want me and I want you 많은 별이 우리 비춰 춤을 춰 Oh yeah And I'm pretty sure that we will shine when you're smiling at this planet 이 우주에선 맘껏 젖어도 돼 Let's get wet together Baby I want
Boom, boom, babe.
It's
a beautiful
day in the GEC. The beautiful day in the GEC.
Be mine.
Would you be my GEC neighbor and also Central PA neighbor and Columbus, Ohio neighbor and wherever you're from? Let's be neighbors, you guys. This one is just oh, by the way, it's almost 8 o'clock, so we made the executive decision to go on a little bit longer. So we might not go all the way until 8:30, but we thought we should really cover some of these local stories here because they're cool. So we're going on beyond 8 p.m. today. So this is a special Thursday edition. Okay, this just came in, so I have to bring in this picture real time. Boop, there we go. Bring it down. Here we go. Nice. Let's move him down a little bit. Okay. All right. This is awesome, you guys. This story here. Okay. So take a listen. All right. This just in, an uplifting local education news, a student right here in Jeju is getting global attention for using AI technology to help visually impaired musicians. That is, bro, that's awesome, dude. Okay. A middle school student from NLCS Jeju has taken home a major award at the world's largest international youth science competition. Wow. Standing out among competitors from more than 70 countries. That is amazing. So this is the world's largest international youth science competition. This kid from a middle school student, NLCS Jeju, took third, which is awesome. E.G. Ho, a year 9 student at NLCS Jeju, has won a third place grand award at the prestigious International Science and Engineering Fair, or ISEF. He competed in the Technology Enhances the Arts category in Synchronome, an AI-powered music practice system designed to help visually impaired musicians practice more independently. That's just, you know what I mean? It really tugs the heartstrings there. The system compares live performance with digital sheet music in real time, then gives feedback through touch-based vibration patterns and AI-generated voice guidance. ISEF brings together students from more than 70 countries, and E's achievements is especially notable because he is still in middle school, okay, with the most major award winners at high school students, okay? E said he hopes his work can help visually impaired musicians practice more independently, and that he wants to keep exploring the connection between technology and the arts, okay? So I know AI is kind of a trigger word for a lot of people because it's used in so many different ways, but this is for good. This is done right. Okay. So, E.G. Ho, well done, brother. Well done. Year 9 middle school student and NLCS Jeju. Awesome job. Awesome job. Okay. We're moving right along here. This one is also having to do with, SJ students, and this one is totally cool and super local as well. Let's check this one out. Yeah. Muchísimas gracias a los profesores, señor Orwan y señor Hill, por traer a sus alumnos de la clase de español. Gracias por su visita. Yay, very nice. Okay, a little shout out from the JEC community. An SJA Jeju High School Spanish class recently had dinner at Cachito, a Mexican restaurant we featured here on Gecko Radio and based in Mosopol, okay? It's always great to see students taking the language learning beyond the classroom, and what better way to practice Espanol or at least enjoy the culture over tacos, quesadillas, and good food right here in Daejeong. Yes, again, if you haven't hung out at Cachito in Mosopol, do check it out. They use authentic corn tortillas. It's the real deal. Very, very cool. Very nice. Okay, so that's awesome. Well done, students, SJ. Well done, students at NLCS and SJA. That's amazing. I mean, we are just, I mean, these schools just have some brilliant kids, dude. They are the next generation for sure. And some of them are in our chat as well. Okay, so why don't we do one more song, and then we're going to finish off with our Jeju recipe of the day. And it's not cotton candy, but this song is about cotton candy. It's called My Cotton Candy by Kingston Rudieska.
반짝거리 행진 걸어온 발자국 멜로디 되어 우리의 노래를 만들어 가네 밝게 흘러온 우리 이야기 저 넓은 바다를 향해 여행하네 Every day, every night I'll be there for you You raise me up I'm in love with you This is my cotton candy 달콤한 솜사탕 같은 설레이는 포근한 너의 미소 수줍게 흥얼거린 너의 목소리 내 마음 속에 번져만 가네 I'm in love with you Are you in love with me? 곱게 적어온 나의 일기엔 더 많은 날들이 채워져 가겠지 Every day, every night I'll be there for you You raise me up I'm in love with you You raise me up I'm in love with you You raise me up I'm in love with you
All right, we're back with our special extended edition of Gecko Radio Thursday. That was a fun song. That was My Cotton Candy, Kingston, Rudieska. I gotta say, I kind of dig in this playful banter, this playful rivalry banter between Zach and Sherry. So Zach, you got to keep on coming. You got to defend. You have to defend Pennsylvania's honor from now on because Sherry comes on every day. So you gotta protect us because I have to remain neutral as host, or I don't want to lose anybody here. Okay, moving right along. Let's do our Jeju recipe of the day, or what we're calling is what's cooking Jeju. Doo-ba-doo-doo. I don't have a break yet. I'm putting that on my list to make an actual little jingle to that. So what's cooking Jeju, doobity doos. That's it for today. For what's cooking Jeju. Okay, so what's cooking Jeju? Your weekly dose of island flavor, where we bring you a local dish, a recipe, and a little story from around Jeju. Now, last week we talked about bosora goji, or conch meat skewers. Okay, but today we are talking about beep, this one here. Okay, what do you think that is? Okay, that is Memil Sujebi. Memil Sujebi, a Jeju style Memil Sujebi, okay, or buckwheat hand pulled dough suit. And I've actually seen the Henya do it. It's super cool, man. You know, they just have the batter and they pull it with their hands, they drop it in. It's a very dumpling style, not like when Westerners call Asian like mandu or you know, like dumplings, but it's like actually like almost Western dumpling style. Okay. In Jeju, jobegi is a local word for sujebi, or those rustic pieces of dough dropped in boiling soup. Now, traditionally, this dish was especially associated with women after childbirth. People believed buckwheat helped cleanse bad blood, stop bleeding, and support recovery. That is very interesting. And many Jeju mothers and grandmothers strongly believed it helped women to get back on their feet quickly. Huh, that's so cool. Okay, but this is not really a fancy comfort food. Traditional Memil Sujebi carries the reality of Jeju women's lives. In the past, even after giving birth, many women had little time to rest. And you can see that in the recipe itself, simple, quick, practical. Okay, let me put up the recipe here. Doot, there you go. Okay, to make it the old Jeju way. All right, you first boil water, mix buckwheat flour with hot water to make dough. Then bring another pot of water to a boil, add sliced radish, chopped seaweed if you have it, or just use plain water. Then, after that, instead of carefully stretching the dough like regular sujebi, you simply scoop scoop rough spoonfuls of dough straight into the pot. Scoop, scoop, scoop like that. And season with salt. And there you go. That's it. Okay. These days, some versions add seaweed, perilla powder, or richer broth. But at its heart, Memil Sujebi is a humble dish, a bowl that tells the story of Jeju women, resilient, busy, and always carrying more than they should have to. Ain't that the truth, Jeju women? Yes. Okay. Then we're gonna move right on along to our Jeju word of the day.
The Jeju word of the day.
Yeah. That's another little break I'm very proud of. Okay, and this one is quite related to the recipe we just talked about. Okay, this is koshirong-hara. Koshirong-hara, okay, means something smells or tastes nutty. Wow, wow, Sherry, get that? She also made a Buckeye nut joke as well. Totally unplanned. Totally unplanned. Okay, so koshirong-hara means something smells or tastes nutty, savory, and pleasantly roasted, kind of like the Korean word gosohara, but with that warm Jeju flavor. So you can also hear it as goshirong-hada, which is goshirong-hada in a more Jeju style pronunciation. For example, you could use it in situations like this abalone porridge is so nuttery and savory. Goshirong-hada or goshirong-hada. The sesame oil smells so nice and nutty. This freshly cooked buckwheat pancake has such a nice roasted savory smell. So next time something smells warm, nutty, and delicious, I need to remember these because I hang out with Henya and then they prepare the meals for me sometimes. So I need to remember these and I want to say like, oh, goshirong-hada, or goshirong-hoda. And I want to see what kind of reaction I get out of them. They'll probably just, that sometimes they kind of make fun of me for my broken Jeju language. Sometimes they say I sound like a dog. So whenever I'm like speaking, they're like, roar, 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 roar. They really love to pick on me, which I love. Okay. So there you go. That really does it for today's special extended version Thursday's episode. Really good job to We Still Oranges. Fantastic. Amazing job to student E who won that science competition third place. Like amazing, you guys. Big things coming out of Jeju. Okay, so I had a great time with you guys today. And tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is jam-packed. Because there's all this stuff going on. Friday segments, we talk about the weekend stuff. So we talk about like what is going on both Saturday and Sunday. Tons of festivals this season. So I'm sure it's going to be jam-packed and my mouth is going to be like an auctioneer tomorrow, which is fine, right? Okay. With that said, why don't we end today's episode with let's do CYRRCA BYUL CHEORUM featuring Jerd, or maybe it's heard with a silent J. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I had a great time today. See you tomorrow, 7 a.m. KST. And I'll see you later. Bye.
나만의 길로 가는 걸 나만의 길로 가는 걸 남의 시선 맨날 느껴 Don't fear to be alone 나만의 길로 가는 걸 나만의 길로 가는 걸 남의 시선 맨날 느껴 Don't fear to be alone 가는 걸 나만의 길로 가는 걸 남의 시선 맨날 느껴 Don't fear to be alone 나만의 길로 가는 걸 나만의 길로 가는 걸 남의 시선